Every culture on Earth has one. A creature so feared that people stopped saying its name out loud. Not myths for children, these were survival instructions, whispered over fires, carved into stone, buried in oral law. 10 of them. 10 civilizations. 10 things that made grown warriors sleep with a blade in hand. Beast number 1, Nuckelavee. In the Orkney Islands, fishermen would not speak its name at sea, they called it simply, the devil o' the sea. The Nuckelavee was described as a fused horse rider with no skin, its yellow veins and black blood visible as it moved, its breath alone said to wither crops and spread plague. It could not cross running fresh water, which is the only reason, islanders said, any of them survived. But the Nuckelavee wasn't the worst thing feared on that coastline. Because inland, in France, they built an entire festival around something even locals couldn't kill. Beast number 2, Tarasque. Medieval Provençal legend told of the Tarasque, a six-legged, armored, lion-headed creature that dragged victims into the Rhône. It couldn't be killed by force. Local legend claims it was only calmed through devotion and gentleness, not violence, an origin story so central to the region that the town of Tarasque still holds a festival in the creature's honor to this day. If Europe feared what lived in its rivers, Egypt feared something worse, a creature that judged you after you were already dead. Beast number 3, the Ammit. Ammit, part crocodile, part lion, part hippopotamus, waited beside the scales of judgment in the Egyptian underworld. When a heart was weighed against the feather of Ma'at and found too heavy with sin, Ammit devoured it on the spot, erasing the person from existence entirely, not death, but total unmaking. No afterlife. No memory. Egyptians feared this far more than dying. In the Philippines, villagers feared something that could look exactly like your neighbor, until nightfall. Beast number 4, Sigbin, Visayas, Philippines. It walks backward. It's nearly invisible, and it smells fear. The Sigbin was said to live under the homes of sorcerers, emerging only at night, walking backward with its head lowered between its hind legs to stay hidden from sight. Farmers claimed it drained the blood from the heart of sleeping children through an invisible touch, leaving no wound at all, only unexplained illness that healers couldn't cure. Across the ocean, indigenous nations of the American South feared a creature that could steal your voice, and use it to lure you into the dark. Beast number 5, Nalusa Falaya, Choctaw Nation, it doesn't chase you. It waits for you to answer. The Choctaw described Nalusa Falaya, long black being, as a shadow-thin figure with no true form, capable of mimicking the voices of loved ones to lure hunters off known trails and into the deep woods. Those who answered its call, elders warned, were never fully themselves again, described as returning, soul-sick, hollowed out from within. Beast number 6, Adze, it enters as a spark of light. It leaves as something wearing your face. Among the Yu people, the Adze was believed to take the form of a firefly to slip through cracks and keyholes at night. Once inside a home, it fed on the blood or spirit of a sleeping victim. But its true horror was possession. If caught in human form, the Adze could jump into a person's body, controlling them from within while appearing completely unchanged to family. West Africa feared something even closer to home, a creature that could live inside the body of a firefly, and inside yours next. In Chile, the Mapuche feared a creature that could turn itself inside out, literally, to escape capture. Beast number 7, Peuchen, Mapuche, Chile. This creature can vanish its own bones. The Mapuche described the Peuchen as a shape-shifting serpent capable of flight and near-total invisibility, said to paralyze victims with a hiss alone before draining their blood. Most terrifying to those who hunted it, legend claimed the Peuchen could collapse and reshape its own skeletal structure to escape through gaps no creature its size should fit through. Japan's fear wasn't a single monster, it was thousands of the dead, fused into one. Beast number 8, Gashadokuro. It's built from everyone who was never given a proper burial. Japanese folklore describes the Gashadokuro, a giant skeletal figure formed from the bones of people who died violently and were left unburied, their collective resentment fusing them into one towering being. Said to roam at night, it was reportedly heard before seen, a faint ringing in the ears the only warning before it appeared, silent, behind its victim. Ancient Greece feared something that hunted young men specifically, and it never looked the same way twice. Beast number 9, Empusa, Ancient Greece. One leg of bronze. One leg of a donkey. 100 disguises. The Empusa, servant of the goddess Hecate, was said to shape-shift into a beautiful woman to seduce travelers before revealing her true form and feeding on their blood and flesh. Greek writers claimed the only reliable way to identify her was to look down. No disguise could hide her mismatched legs, one bronze, one that of a donkey. And the oldest fear on this list comes from the cradle of civilization itself, a creature so old, its name predates almost every religion still practiced today. Beast number 10, Al, Ancient Mesopotamia. It has no face. No shape. Just a presence in your room. In Mesopotamian belief, the Alu was a formless demon of the night, neither fully human nor animal, sometimes described as a wandering shadow with no distinguishable features at all. It was blamed for sleep paralysis, sitting on the chest of its victims while they lay awake but unable to move or speak. Priests wrote entire incantations solely to banish it, some of the oldest exorcism texts ever discovered. 10 cultures. 10 warnings passed down for thousands of years, and every single one of them agreed on something the modern world forgot to ask. None of these civilizations had the internet. No shared texts, no satellites, no way to compare notes across oceans. And yet, shapeshifters that mimic loved ones. Beings that enter through cracks and cause paralysis. Creatures blamed for grief no one could explain. The details change. The pattern doesn't. Maybe that's the real reason these stories survived long enough for us to still be telling them. If one of these gave you chills, subscribe. We're covering forgotten monsters from every continent, one civilization at a time. Comment which creature terrified you the most, and I'll pin the best answer.